Let's try to get this whole news things going. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight at 7 o'clock, Titanfall 2 kicks PC gaming to the curb, says consoles master race, bitch. AMD, did they roll with the punches and buy their time just to knock out Intel in the end? Find out at 7. Lastly, is this the end of the console generation as we noted? Microsoft says so. Let me stop. What's going on, people? Through the power of fiber optics, it's AFlyingModem. Casual gamer likes to play competitively. What's going on? Welcome back to This Week in Gaming. I'm sorry I'm a week late, and it's due to me being sick. I'm just getting over like a cold or a super cold or a super flu, something like that. It was very interesting. Like, it blew over very fast, but I think that's partly because I took vitamins while I was sick, but it hit me like a fucking truck and it left as soon as it came. So I'm better now and back to making videos and so on and so forth. So let's get into it, right? So Microsoft says that Project Scorpio is might be, they didn't say it was for sure or definitely or anything like that, but they say it might be their last console. Now that's interesting to me because I don't see them saying that the Xbox Project Scorpio whatever will last, you know, as PC hardware keeps going. Like, and Project Scorpio is a beast machine. It is on paper, right? It's a beast machine. But when 5 or 10 years later, when we have new hardware that's double and triple and quadruple the performance, I don't see Project Scorpio or Microsoft saying we still have Project Scorpio. It's still rocking until the wheels fall off. Like, I don't see that happening. So it's been said, and I've talked about it on the homie Black Mega's channel. I've talked about it on my channel. I think the direction they're going in is making a refresh every year, updating the hardware, putting it out maybe $100 more, and making the previous version $100 less, or something like that, or keeping the same price point, or just having a competitive price point for like the gaming tier it can handle and compete against a console, a PC of that same thing, right? So that's what I think it means by they say it might be their last console. So I'm a fan of the idea of Xbox One having swappable parts, whereas like you can, if you want a better CPU, you can just swap that out, like have like, you know, their own like connections, things like that. You press a button, the CPU pops out, it's safe for you to hold and so on and so forth, and you can just like go sell it to GameStop or sell it to your friend. Or maybe if you know you and your friend got Project Scorpios and his Scorpio CPU is boo-boo compared to yours, so you like, I'm gonna just pop mine out, bring it to your house, pop it in, and we, you know, have fun together or whatever, play some VR or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I'm a fan of that. I'm a fan of the idea of that. And I think that's where they're heading towards. At the very least, I think they're definitely heading towards the refresh every year and a half or every year or something like that, to, you know, keep up with PC gaming and offer a definitive gaming experience to the Microsoft platform. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think about it, and are you getting a Project Scorpio? I think I asked this the last time we talked about Project Scorpio, and I said as well, I'm definitely getting one, definitely, but I'm also going to upgrade my PC first because I don't see the point in having a PC that isn't as powerful or as good on paper or in actuality as Project Scorpio. So I'm definitely going to beef up my computer before I get Project Scorpio, and hopefully I do that, which I plan to. But with all that being said, man, lastly, Scorpio won't have exclusive console games, and they're, you know, staying true to their word about, you know, if the people who don't want to upgrade or whatever only have Xbox Ones, the original, you won't be left behind. But Scorpio will have titles exclusively on that platform because it can do VR. So the games that will be exclusive to it will be VR games only, which is cool. I think it's definitely better than to try and make like the original Xbox One like try to do VR. Like, let's not like put a foot in our mouth when Microsoft has been doing so well. By now we're pretty sure that the Xbox One original cannot do VR, so that's cool with me. Now, with all that being said, let's move on to the next story. So speaking about PCs and beefing up my own PC, I am very excited and very hyped for AMD to release their Zen CPUs. I may even be one of the first people to buy it, like have like drop money as soon as they're like pre-order now, done deal. Like, I'm very excited for their Summer Ridge lineup, and you know, they're coming out with some heavy hitting stuff this year. AMD is really doing their thing this year, and they're releasing their Vega 10, I believe it's called, GPUs later in 2017. So Vega 10 with their Zen CPUs together, it might be killing stuff with some price to performance ratios and so on and so forth. What I'm hoping they're doing is they're going to hit like high-end i5 pricing, but have high-end i7 performance. That's what I'm hoping, because that's what they did with the RX 480. They went at the 970 performance, but priced it around the 960 pricing. So with this, AMD showed off their latest Zen CPU. It was an engineering sample, and it was competing with the Broadwell E chip. It was I believe the i7 6900K, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it's like $1,000 CPU, and it was competing with, for clock for clock. They underclock the 6900K to match the engineer sample. So both CPUs were clocked at 3.0 gigahertz, 3 gigahertz, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why I said it like that. And the AMD Zen CPU was about a half a second faster, but it still won. So AMD's 8-core, 16-threaded engineer sample, which means it's not the final product, that's not its final clock speed, so on and so forth, beat Intel's enthusiast CPU that's like $1,000 CPU. Think about that. So even though it won by half a second, it did very well and still won. So with that being said, right, it also, you know, everybody throws shade at AMD for like it being power hungry and so on and so forth, and wanted to show y'all this over the, you know, the past few architecture refreshes, because a new architecture came in with Bulldozer, and over the refreshes, you know, it's gotten better performance and so on and so forth, but the energy efficiency and so on has gone down, which means it, you know, performed better for less energy. Performance, energy, right? So this is the refresh of the Bulldozer we're currently on, and this is where the performance is at, this is where the energy is at. So for the same amount of energy per cycle, Zen has a 40% increase. So that, to me, is really an understatement, and I think they're just lowballing it. So when the Zen comes out, it's going to just shatter everything. People are saying that it's not going to do any better than the i5. It's not going to be better than, you know, Kaby Lake and so on and so forth. But even if it's not necessarily better than Kaby Lake, if it's right behind Kaby Lake, which is technically a generation behind, well, not technically a generation, but it's a refresh behind Kaby Lake. If it can compete with Kaby Lake, where it's like by the chin, the hair on their chin kind of thing, when it comes down to like the most minuscule of things to compare, they're gonna shatter Intel, especially if they're priced right. If they're priced right, I can see AMD doing really big things. But back on topic, Zen is very energy efficient. Zen is very energy efficient and very high performance. So that's something, like I said, I am very excited for. So with all that being said, let me know, do you have a PC? Are you thinking about upgrading? Has Zen and all this news that is coming out about Zen changed your mind a little bit? Are you swinging towards AMD? What are you thinking? Me personally, definitely very hyped for AMD Zen CPUs. Like I said, I'm probably going to be like one of the first people to get it. If not, I may wait a little bit depending on what the price is, and I'm still going to get it eventually though. So that's where I'm going with that. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section down below. So Titanfall skips out on a PC beta, basically. And you know, they're saying it's a few reasons for that. One of the reasons being they don't have the game optimized enough for low-end PCs, which I find very hilarious, because they're saying that an Xbox One, which is, you know, the lowest tier of hardware for the consoles at this moment, can play Titanfall 2, you know, no problems. At least the beta will play no problems, right? But low-end PCs can't play Titanfall 2, at least the beta, until they get it optimized and so on and so forth. This is what they're saying. So I find that kind of funny to say that people, you know, still debate whether or not any PC will do better than an Xbox One, or any PC will do better than a PS4, which is obviously very ignorant of these people. But this just goes to show you, this is coming from developers themselves, and anybody who's like in denial about this, it's like, oh, they're just doing this because the consoles paid them, they're just doing this to, you know, gather up hype for the game and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous. Like, obviously the consoles are a lot more powerful than people think, and also there are PCs that cannot beat consoles right now. Not that consoles are like up there on the highest of tiers or anything like that by any means, but this goes to show you that there are PCs under consoles. So I found that very interesting. Let me know how do you feel about it. But there also have been an update, sort of, where they're like, the developer, the head developer, Vincent Pella, said keep the next 2 weekends free. So they think a PC, you know, beta may come out, but who knows. But by that time, you know, it's really like, who cares? But hopefully it is. I would like to play it twice because I own an Xbox One and I own a PC, so that would be cool. So let me know how you feel about it. Do you have a PC? Do you have a PS4 or Xbox One? What are you planning on buying Titanfall 2 on? Or do you not even care about Titanfall 2? So on and so forth. Like, what is your mind when it comes to Titanfall 2? I'm definitely gonna be getting it. As y'all know, I went to go to EA Play to play it early. Loved it. Definitely gonna buy. Haven't decided if I'm going PC or Xbox One, but maybe going PC for now. So with all that being said, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you're new. Like if you've been a subscriber already. Let me know how you feel about everything in the comment section down below. Regular content will be coming back because I got my voice back and I don't sound like I'm all fucked up from being sick. So, thought I'd being said, man, it's been AFlyingModem. I'll catch y'all later.